budget and I will buy them anything that they want. So if you want to enter this giveaway, the only rules are that you have to be subscribed to this channel, which is Brianna Renee, the one you are watching right now, and I just made a second channel which is called Extra Brianna Renee. So you have to be subscribed to that. I will have it linked in the description, or you can press the I that is in the corner, not sure which side it is on. And the final step to enter the giveaway is just to be following me on Instagram, which is Brianna Renee. So yeah, as long as you are subscribed to this channel, which is Brianna Renee, subscribe to my other channel, which is Extra Brianna Renee, and follow me on Instagram, which is Brianna Renee, you are entered. Just do those 3 things, it's super simple, and you have a chance to win anything you want. I will be announcing the winner on January 7th in a video, and this is an international giveaway, so you can live anywhere in the world and still enter. Now let's just hop right into the video. The first hack that we are testing out is that you can use a straightener to get rid of the wrinkles in your clothes. I think this would be a really helpful hack if it actually works, so let's test it out. Okay, so I just tried out the straightener on this little area here, but I personally see a really big difference. I think it worked really well and I'm definitely impressed. The straightener also didn't burn my clothes or anything, which was definitely something that I was concerned about, but I do have my straightener set for only like half of the maximum heat, so I would kind of recommend that you guys do that too, just to be safe. Hack that we're going to be testing out is like a quicker and easier way to cut your grapes, which I personally have never cut grapes before. Like, I didn't know people cut their grapes, but apparently people do, so we're going to be testing it out. So as you can see, I have 2 plates, one here and one here that is flipped upside down, and I'm going to be taking the grapes and putting it on the upside down one. Then with this plate, I'm putting that on top of those grapes and putting a tiny bit of pressure and taking the knife and cutting through. So as you can see, my grapes are cut very unevenly, which is mostly my fault because obviously I was the one cutting it, but it is very hard to see what you're doing with the plate on top. You know, you have to kind of like look over, and it's just like more of a hassle than anything to me. Also, this is actually my second attempt. I tried this with smaller grapes and I literally almost cut my hand off. Obviously, this hack does work because my grapes are cut. I just cut them very badly because I couldn't see what I was doing. But I don't know, I wouldn't suggest it. Like, it's a little dangerous, especially if you have smaller grapes and then it didn't cut evenly. I don't know, I think it's easier just to cut them normally. So the next hack is how to take a clear lip gloss like this and turn it into a pigmented lip gloss. In order to do that, you're going to need a blush or an eyeshadow of some sorts. I'm using this one, which is from Wet n Wild. Basically, this was just the cheapest one that I could find at my drugstore, but if you have an old eyeshadow or blush that you never use, you could totally use that as well. The first step is just to take some eyeshadow or blush and scrape it onto the paper. Once you are done with that, you just want to take the loose eyeshadow and get it into the lip gloss. So in order to make that easier, she recommended using some paper as a funnel to make sure that you have no mess. After trying this, I can say that I personally didn't like the funnel. I found that it was messier and it made it a lot harder, so I just poured the powder directly in and then mixed it around, and I found that to be a lot easier. So I have the lip gloss on right now, and I think it looks really good. I like the pigmentation. Obviously, you can change that though. If you want more pigmentation, you just add more powder. If you want less, you add less powder. But yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. It's really easy and it works very well. The next DIY that I'm going to be testing out is how to make like a flowery watercolor type of t-shirt. So for this DIY, you will need some Sharpies, and I'm using the colors blue, pink, and purple. But you can use as many colors as you want and whatever colors you want. Right here I have a white crop top, and I have like a cutting board type of thing in between it just to make sure the colors don't go through. Now taking my Sharpie, I'm going to draw little dots on my shirt. Once you have your first set of dots all drawn on, you want to take a dropper, which you can find in the soap section of basically any craft store, and you're going to want to suck up about 10 to 15 drops of rubbing alcohol and then drop that onto the dots. And it will create like this really cool watercolor pattern on your shirt, so just repeat that as many times as you want. how my t-shirt turned out, and if you saw the original video, you know that I kind of put my own twist on this because I only put the watercolor stuff around the neck because personally that's just more my style. I feel like it's a little bit cuter. So yeah, this is how it turned out. The DIY worked perfectly. It was super easy, super fun to do, and I would definitely recommend trying it out if you like the way my t-shirt turned out or if you like the way hers did. DIY that I'm going to be testing out is how to make a giant DIY lollipop. Sarah made a video all about how to make your own giant lollipop, and in that video she showed you guys 2 different ways to make them, and I'm going to be testing out the second way. Also, I'm so disappointed. For that lollipop, she had like this giant heart-shaped mold, and I really wanted to find that. I looked everywhere and I could not find anything. Like, I checked Amazon, I checked all these online websites. I only found it on like really sketchy websites, so I didn't want to order from there. So mine is just a circle, which is nowhere near as exciting, but I'm hoping this still turns out really cool. So I'm adding 2 parts sugar and 1 part water, just like she said, but she didn't say any exact measurements, so I'm just kind of guessing how much. Then I'm spraying the mold with some non-stick spray. Okay, so off camera I just took a knife and I made a little X right here so that I could stick the end of this through. Now that we are done with both of these, it is time to take the sugar and water mixture upstairs to boil it. Once the mixture was boiling, I just took some purple candy coloring and mixed that in to give it a little bit of color. Now the footage that you're watching here is actually from my first attempt, where I actually try again because this one failed. As you can see, it looks just like normal liquid, which it shouldn't. It should have a texture to it. I explain more in the next clip. So a few days have passed by, and this is actually my second attempt at the lollipop because my first one was just a complete fail. The first time I didn't let it boil long enough. I kind of forgot. I didn't realize that it had to reach a certain temperature and that it had to have kind of like a texture to it. Like, it shouldn't just be liquid, it should have a texture to it. So mine was super messy, it leaked everywhere, it was honestly a disaster. This time, because I let it boil longer, it was like a thicker consistency, it was like more crystallized. So it didn't leak, it didn't make a mess, but I still don't know if it turned out perfectly. So this time it turned out a lot better. I mean, it still doesn't look very good from this side. Like, I didn't make quite enough, so the wooden spoon is kind of like peeking out a little bit. And then it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like some of it's really hard and some of it's still liquid. I'm almost positive that I boiled it long enough. Maybe I didn't, but I really think that I did. So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna take this out and see what it looks like. I'm kind of scared that it's going to fall apart. I'm really hoping that it's not, but it looks like it might fall apart. Oh, okay, okay. So far so good. Oh no, I broke it a little bit. Huh. Okay, from this side it looks pretty good. Oh, it's leaking. Oh, so much liquid. Okay, so this is the finished product. There is a ton of liquid in there still, so clearly a lot of it did not harden. From the back it looks pretty bad, but from this side I think it looks pretty good. It tastes kind of weird, but not bad. I mean, it tastes better than I expected it to. I mean, I'm happy enough with how this turned out, but I will probably never make it again. So those are all the DIYs that I'm going to be testing out in this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. I've also tested out DIYs from Karina Garcia, Lore DIY, Natalie's Outlet, Glitter Forever 17, and RCL Beauty 101 if you are interested in checking out those videos. All of those videos are linked